It's been a few days after our most recent Dandy's World update where we got to duo machines and some new achievements. There seems to be even more bugs. Let's go through them. In our last bug video, we talked about main twisteds below floor 5, which should not be possible. As you can see, there is a 0% chance for twisted mains to spawn before floor 5. We have some actual evidence of twisted Pebble being on floor 2. This user said, please explain, I'm still confused about how this happened. And when we take a closer look, as you can see, twisted Pebble has spawned on floor 2, which should not be possible. So the claims that users have made about twisted spawning before floor 5 seem to be true. The dev team seriously need to look at the twisted spawn code because something seems to have slipped and main twisteds are starting to spawn on floors where they shouldn't spawn. Our next bug is to do with double twisted spawning on very high floors, and when I say high floors I mean above floor 100, and most of you know double twisteds are not supposed to spawn. Double twisteds were removed from the game a while ago, with of course the exception being events twisteds on the dial floor. This user said floor 102 double Pebble, I thought it was removed. And when we take a closer look, it is true, there are 2 twisted pebbles on this floor. Double twisteds are not supposed to be in the game anymore. How did this happen? There is definitely a problem with the code when it comes to main twisteds. So there are 2 problems with main twisteds. Firstly, main twisteds have started to spawn before floor 5, which should not be possible. Secondly, double twisteds somehow still exist in the code. Players are so confused. Hopefully the dev team can shed some light on how this is happening. How have double twisteds slipped through the code? How have main twisteds started spawning before floor 5? Our next bug is to do with Squirm's ability. So once Twister Squirm uses his active ability, if you try and use the ability again, it almost looks like you can use the ability. This is just a visual bug. Our next problem is to do with Shrimpo and Twisted Squirm. This user has realized something quite interesting. They said, why does Shrimpo's head look like his extract animation when Twisted Squirm attacks him? Let's take a look. And it is true, it looks like Shrimpo is extracting a machine. This is what it looks like when Shrimpo is extracting a machine, and the animations are very similar. So players are wondering, is this supposed to happen? Is Shrimpo's head supposed to do that when Twisted Squirm attacks him? Hopefully we can find out if this is normal or not. Our next bug is to do with Sprout's lore room on the Sprout map and Sprout's interaction with the footage in the lore room. After the Duo Machine update, users noticed that the new lore footage featuring Sprout and Astro disappeared and the old animation was there. This has since been fixed. However, as this user has said, Sprout doesn't say anything in his lore room. And here we have an image of Sprout in the lore room with the new footage, but Sprout has no interaction. I wonder if it's just a loading problem that Sprout interaction has not appeared, or maybe something has gone wrong with the code. Another bug to do with Sprout is Sprout's passive ability. This user said, why is it so big? And as you can see, the hearts of Toons are super big, and this problem is also happening to Astro as well. Hopefully the dev team can figure out why the passive ability of a few of the mains are behaving this way. Another bug to do with Sprout is Sprout on the treadmill. This user has posted a video of Sprout behaving very strangely after using the treadmill. Let's take a look. As you can see, Sprout is completing the treadmill machine. However, Sprout is not on the treadmill. The treadmill animations are still playing on Sprout. As you can see, Sprout is actually completing skill checks, but is not on the treadmill machine. And it seems like other players can see it as well. As you can see, Shelly noticed that the Sprout is able to walk around whilst completing the treadmill machine. If I remember correctly, a bug like this did exist when treadmills were first introduced into Dandy's World, but a bug like this hasn't happened in months. super interesting. On a similar note to the treadmill bug we just witnessed, users have experienced extracting air. This user said, I was in my solo when this happened. Let's take a look. And this bug is happening to so many players where they are extracting in the wrong direction. It looks like they are extracting their air. They are able to complete the machines, but their hitbox is completely off. And this bug is happening to a lot of players. Could it be a Roblox server problem, or could it be a Dandy's World related issue? Hopefully we get some more information on why this is happening. Our next bug is to do with the new duo machines. This player has experienced something very strange. They said, I somehow ended up doing both parts of a duo machine simultaneously. What? Let's see what happened. Okay, so everything looks normal, and then the Bassie goes to extract the duo machine, but the game somehow registers Bassie as two tunes, and Bassie is able to complete the treadmill side of the duo machine and the valve side of the duo machine at once. And as you can see, the machine extracts just as fast as if two tunes were extracting the machine. Both the treadmill skill checks and the normal machine skill checks are appearing. This is the only report I've seen of this. However, if this has happened to one player where they are able to complete both sides of the duo machine, I'm sure it's happened to other players as well and they just have not reported it. This is definitely overpowered, and I wonder if the dev team will be able to figure out how this happened. Our next bug is to do with Pebble's run speed. This user said that they were playing Pebble and their run speed was super slow for some reason. They didn't have any debuffs. Their Pebble speed was just very slow. However, restarting Roblox did fix the problem. Let's take a look at what happened. So this Pebble is using Dog Plush and Train Whistle. There are no debuffs on the Pebble, but the Pebble is struggling to outrun this Twisted Tegan. The user said it felt like they had 2-star movement speed and it lasted the whole run, but thankfully after restarting Roblox, they were able to fix the problem. So if you join a run and your speed is super slow for some reason, restart your Roblox and that should fix your problem. But it is quite interesting how problems like this can happen. Is it something to do with the code? Did something not load properly? Does the game think the player is using a different tune? There are so many reasons why this could happen. The Duo Machine update did bring a lot of bugs into Dandy's World. Our next problem is to do with the Unstoppably Healthy medal, where you need to fill your inventory with medkits and or bandages to get the medal. It seems like there are some problems in completing this medal. This user might have a solution to completing the medal. They said, but the second I had a full inventory of the same health item, it gave me the achievement. So even though the medal says that you can have a mixture of medkits and bandages, having your inventory filled with just bandages or having your inventory filled with just medkits might be the solution to completing the medal. Our next problem is to do with the RP mode. This user has noticed that all of the machines in RP don't have the yellow light while the machines are running. Let's take a look. As you can see, the machine in the RP mode is running, but there is no yellow light. Players are hoping that the RP mode machines do get updated like in runs to have that yellow light to show that the machine is being extracted. And lastly, we have some more data loss problems. This user noticed that their Sprout golden sticker has disappeared. So more and more users are experiencing data loss with their titles and their stickers.